Hey everybody, it's the Gootz Cast for 4/20/2020. This is RVD's favorite holiday. He's not on the show though, but I'm here with Kevin Dabrowski. Sorry, Andrew Lee. You got Kevin Dabrowski on my mind here. Andrew Lee. Andrew, how you feeling?
Feeling all right. Got a little bit of headache, but I'm okay. How are you, man? Feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I had a good weekend. It was very chill. I don't really understand people who aren't happy right now. I don't understand what's wrong with you. Like, there's just even if you like, I have a lot of DVDs and video games. That's one thing, and comic books. But even if you don't, like, there's just so much there's just so much shit to watch on streaming and stuff. Why would you be upset about this right now?
Well, if you're an extrovert, I can see how. If you're a real extrovert, this could
Then do this
this
shit.
bothers you.
Do shit like
What?
this. Do shit like what we're doing.
It's not. It's not. I think we're both introverts in a way where I
I
haven't
can be both.
really.
I realized I'm both.
You could be both. Okay.
Yeah, I realized I'm
Well,
both.
I always knew you could go both ways. When I saw you, I was like,
Hey,
this guy goes both ways.
but I just don't understand how you could be protesting. Like, what are you
Oh,
protesting? Just
you know those people who are protesting. I try not to. You don't have to worry about them because I heard they're taking place in like Michigan and
oh
Colorado.
yeah, I
Like,
know, I know. But they're trying to do
most
they're trying
people
to
aren't.
organize one here in New York.
Yeah, most people aren't like that. Not even in Michigan and not even in like Denver. They're just like it's like a small pocket of people.
But I'm having a great time and I'm enjoying myself. So I had a nice weekend. Very quiet. I watched a lot of TV.
You shaved your beard, but you know what you should have done? You should have
But
done a half, shaved half of
that
it.
would have been funny.
That would have been really funny, dude. If you just like half. Can you do
So
that? Grow it again and just do half.
maybe I'll start on that when I'll start right away. So let's get going. Monday Night Raw was tonight. Let's start with the review. Andrew, first of all, to me, this felt like a 3-hour episode of the old Superstars show. Like, they're really going back to the old school format for this show. It's no longer whatever Raw became in '98. They've scaled back. It now feels like '93 again. I don't know what you think.
Well, it's not like a superstars so much. A little bit. It's a little more than that, and the reason why is
Yeah, because it's
because
3 hours.
just like last week.
But SmackDown seems
Yeah,
like
just
there's
like
more
last
going
week.
on that show than this show. This show just feels like they have like one story. But here's the thing I want to mention before we get into this. I think hold on, I was about to Google when you texted me. I'm going to Google it right now. I'm going to tell you a theory that I have.
Wait,
I
you
think
texted me? You
right
texted me?
before you texted me that you're ready to start, I was going to Google this. I'm Googling her right now. Hold on.
Googling.
I'm Googling Becky Lynch. Hold on one second.
Oh, she wasn't even on the show tonight.
No, I think something happened to her and they're not letting us know. And what I mean by that is I think she has corona. I'll tell you why. She's not on the poster for Money in the Bank. Charlotte is. She's not. And they didn't even mention her tonight. I think something went down between Monday and Friday, because Friday I was like, why is Charlotte on the poster? That's weird. And then Becky wasn't on Raw, wasn't mentioned. I think something not like she's quitting, or I think she's sick and they don't want to tell us.
Yeah, they didn't even mention her tonight.
They're not mentioning her.
This puts Seth in jeopardy, and Seth wasn't.
Well, notice
there
Seth
tonight,
wasn't there.
He did a home video kind of.
He was home.
Today.
The only one who got to be home quarantined. That was the other thing. Seth's at home. He's not in the arena. And if Seth had attacked, maybe I was like, maybe they thought we'll give Becky the week off because we don't want to expose our top star to too much travel. And then I'm like, well, didn't mention her. He's at home he looked weird. He had a great promo, but he looked kind of spazzed out. And
how cool was that chair?
That was a cool chair.
Looking chair.
And
yeah, it's huge.
They didn't mention Becky and he didn't attack Drew at the end. So I think something's going on with Becky Lynch that they don't want to say it. Because if they do say it, if they release that Becky Lynch has COVID, they are fucked as a company.
I don't know if they're fucked, but they have to get a lot of people checked if she has COVID.
Well, no, then people are going to come at the government that they need to stop having live wrestling shows because she, if something happened to Becky.
Possibly. Well, or they could just act like she doesn't exist, which seems like what they're doing. You want to go through this whole thing?
Yeah, let's go through the whole thing and we'll talk
This
more
was
about what we
a
think.
this was an action packed Raw, man.
Okay, I don't know about that. All right, I don't know. I don't know about action packed.
It
It was
was
packed.
11 matches. I think that's a record for Raw.
Okay.
11 total.
Yeah.
Starts off, we got Drew McIntyre coming into in-ring promo where he's looking into the camera and talking directly to Seth Rollins, and then he gets interrupted by Selena Vega and her still unnamed stable, and then Andrade attacks him from behind, but Drew gets the better of him. He
Yes.
just so too big. He's too powerful. He gets the better of him, and then it leads basically into a commercial break into our first match: Aleister Black versus Austin Theory in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. This was fun. It was good. Austin Theory looks good on Raw. He looks like he fits right into Raw. And
Before we go into this match, can I just say something about Drew McIntyre?
yes, of the promo, go ahead.
They're already giving him like Cena shit to do. This is what they did with Roman. They're already giving him like Cena. Like when he looked in the camera and said, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens," which is a Tiger King reference. I was like, all right, that's like Cena shit, and like, and he's smiling more. He's like,
Yeah, he's
and
definitely.
and I don't know, fans on the internet were like, "Oh, it's cool to see him show personality." It was Cena's personality, and I feel like they have it in their head ever since John Cena showed up to like get their male like Braun Strowman starts smiling like a goofy idiot as soon as he became like a top guy. I don't know. I got a bad feeling about Drew coming
They
up.
need to. They're building. They're making Drew look strong in the ring,
No,
but
Drew looks right in the ring, but he's
yeah,
doing a lot of goofy stuff now, which
I
he
agree.
never did before, and it's very Cena. It's very Cena.
That's their WB's MO. Unfortunately, the best thing to do
It's
would
to kill
be
yourself.
let these guys be who they are, but
Mm-hmm.
they're never
I
gonna.
think they are a little bit. I don't think Vince McMahon told him to say, "Hey, you cool cats and kittens," because I guarantee you he's never going to see Tiger King. I think that was
Oh,
probably like true.
as long as Junior is in charge, uh, I don't think it's gonna change. Where
Okay.
people, if you're a good guy, you gotta fucking smile and shit like that.
Okay. Now we
Um,
can talk about Austin Theory and
yeah, Austin
and
Theory.
Black.
Yeah, there's Theory is really strong. There was this one point where he deadlifted Aleister Black and gave him a single arm power bomb. Very strong guy. I thought it was a competitive match. Black wins with a black match. This came out of nowhere. I thought it looked really good. And afterwards, he's giving an in-ring promo about Money in the Bank. What'd you think about this first one?
But it was good. I liked Zelina on commentary. Again, another week where it's the Zelina Vega show, which I don't have a
Yes.
problem with, but they are really pushing her. I thought it was good, and I thought that the match was very good. It was a good match.
Yeah. What do you think about Austin Theory? How he looks on Raw? It's fitting in very well.
He's fine, but again, like he's fine. We'll see what happens when the crowds come back. But right now, he's fine. I'm just worried that like this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried like let's say this goes into January 2021, like they push Apollo Crews and Austin Theory because there's no audience. The minute the audience shows up, they like panic and just push all the guys that they were always pushing, and they like they shove Apollo and Austin Theory on Superstars. I mean, on Main Event, where the fuck the show is.
You
That's
think
what I'm
that's
worried about.
like who is the people who's going to return when the fans return?
Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch,
That's
yes.
on SmackDown.
Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens hasn't been on the show since WrestleMania. AJ Styles has been on the show.
Oh, that's right. They haven't. I
No.
totally forgot about that. They weren't.
Maybe Kevin Owens is self-quarantining. You haven't seen Sami Zayn since WrestleMania. You haven't seen it's been a few people actually, because you just forget because the roster's so big, but there's a few people. We haven't seen Tyler Breeze in a little bit. I mean,
Oh,
they're gonna give him the big push over Apollo Crews. Okay, continue the show.
second match was Shayna Baszler versus Indy Hartwell, who's another Australian wrestler.
And she started training in 2015. I don't know why this makes you feel old, but it shouldn't. But she started training in 2015 because she was inspired by Bailey Sasha Banks at NXT Brooklyn, and now she's on Raw.
Oh my god, that makes me feel really bad about my life.
I know.
Yeah, she got signed with the WWE around September 2019. So this is like my first time seeing her.
I thought she did a good job as the jobber.
This was a squash. She got one kick in, and what I liked about this was that Shayna beat her again with the arm stomp like she did Sarah Logan, but this time it was like less set up. She just stomped her arm out of nowhere, which I thought made it look even better. Because if you remember last week, she kind of like set up the arm and everything. This
Mm-hmm.
one, she stomped on her arm when she's on the ground, and it looked really bad. Like I mean, like bad as in fact, it looked like she broke her arm. And then they stopped the match. Shayna goes outside, gets a ladder, brings Indy Hartwell back
I
outside.
thought she had
Basically,
climbed the ladder, and I was like, Shayna's never climbed the ladder.
yeah, I thought she was gonna do some climbing the ladder thing. She put the ladder up by the ring steps, put her Indy's arm in there, and then just like kicked the ladder while her
Yeah.
arms in there. This was
Yeah,
good. I thought,
but this
made
was my
sure.
first hit that something's going on with Becky because the storyline a week ago was that Shayna Baszler's upset she lost to Becky. They didn't mention that. They're just like Shayna Baszler likes to break arms. They
Yeah.
talk. They just talk. They talked way more. When Sarah Logan, who was fired by the way a few days ago, was talked about on the show more than your fucking champ. There's something
Yeah,
going on. I'm telling
they
you.
they even showed a replay with Sarah Logan.
I think Sarah Logan got rehired, but
You think so? No,
I
don't
heard
think so.
that. I heard that on Ryan Satin and Sean something from Fightful
Really?
reported that.
She
Yeah.
got rehired?
Some key people went to bat for her.
Oh, that's great for her if she did, I guess.
Maybe they're like, well, we'll just make her the new Becky Lynch. Now that Becky has Corona. Okay, Becky Lynch disappears and they rehire Sarah Logan, just out of nowhere.
I don't think it's good for her to go back to that company, but for now, I think while this is going on, where it's hard to find work,
Yeah.
get there, and as soon as she get that, she get up. You know why? Because they've already proven they don't care about her. You know, I wouldn't be
but what
loyal
if they
to
give her
that company.
the push now that Becky Lynch is about to die of AIDS?
I wouldn't stay loyal to her to that.
Okay.
And then match number 3 is Cedric Alexander and Ricochet versus Shane Thorne and Brendan Fink. Shane Thorne with a new platinum blonde hair.
Oh, that was Shane Thorne. I missed the name.
This
was a squash match. This was it.
Yeah,
it was
another
fast.
2 Australians. It's competitive squash. It was a competitive squash.
It wasn't competitive. It was over in like 14 seconds.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
The match before Shayna versus Indy was that was a real squash. This was more.
This was a squash.
They had a couple of it was a competitive squash, is what it's called. This was great though.
Show some respect. It was a squash. I didn't like it.
You didn't like this match?
No.
What did you like about it?
It was. This is when I started being like, this show is turning into WWF superstars from the '80s. That's when I got. Because it was the second squash in a row. So.
But Cedric and Ricochet, they look great as a tag team.
They do. They look awesome.
They are fast. It's like they almost like they're reading each other's mind. The finish came when they did basically Ricochet does the recoil, and as soon as he hits the recoil, Cedric grabs it and hits him in a lumbar check. Shane Thorne sold that back so well. Like when he was getting pinned, he was still like clutching his back while he was getting covered. That was great. This was a fun match. I think this tag team's coming along great. I just think they need a name or something.
I heard it was Air Raid. I don't know. That's what I heard. I think Ricochet's trying to get that name over on Twitter.
He's trying to get it over. I don't like the team name Air
I think
Raid.
they should call them. They should call them COVID 2020.
Something like that. It's better than just Cedric Alexander and Ricochet. It just sounds weird. And then, by the way, did you see that time where Brendan Fink had him up and he was gonna give Ricochet a buckle bomb, and then he does a hurricane run at the very end and throws him into the turn. That looked like it was gonna be real bad, but it was pretty.
But it was meh. It was all right. Yeah. What's up next? What we got?
We got Asuka and Kairi Sane backstage segment where Asuka calls, what's her name? Charlie
Caruso? Yeah.
She calls her stupid. Asuka called her stupid and said, "Stupid, be serious." And then the question is about Kairi Sane versus Nia Jax, which is next, and Asuka goes, nobody's ready for Asuka. She's not even in the match, dude.
I know. I like that. Asuka is the MVP of the Performance Center era. I'm really enjoying her and
It
her
wasn't even
promos. They're so silly, her promos.
so funny. And then right after that, we go to a backstage segment where Lashley, he is gonna he's gonna flip a tire, right?
Hmm.
And Lana's with him. What's wrong with Lana's face? She's got
Surgery?
what?
I think it was like way too much surgery. I don't know. I think she had.
Oh, she got like a Joker smile, and she got
Yeah,
really. Oh, she's weird looking.
she's weird looking now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then match number 4, we got Kairi Sane versus Nia Jax, a rematch from last week, but this one was way more competitive. Um, Kairi Sane actually got some offense in, but at the very, very end, I mean, like some good offense, like a couple of hits. Um, but at the end, did this freeze? No.
It froze for a second when you were talking.
Okay. Nia Jax they were playing off of Nia Jax having
Although you're with
knees,
that, you're
but
really
then
breaking
Nia
up.
Jax gets
You're breaking up. Can you hear me?
okay. I can hear you.
Okay, because you're breaking up with the knife. Nia Jax did the buckle, almost injured her. Correct?
No, they're playing off her injured knee. Like, oh,
No,
she
did you
got
see the
bad.
buckle bomb that she fucked up?
Oh no, I didn't. She fucked up a buckle. I think she did fuck up a move. She's not good.
She's not good.
No.
She's not good. And every time people point that out, she right away starts like, "Oh, you can't shame me, and it's unfair to judge a woman." No, bitch, you're gonna fucking injure people. Come.
Oh wait a minute, that buckle bomb. I thought that was on purpose.
No, that was a fuck up. They put it on Twitter, a bunch of the fans, and it looks
Really?
really bad.
I thought because she was like, oh my knee gave out. I thought it was like my knee gave out, and then she fell.
Oh, Nia Jax? Well, maybe, but the way she did it was fucking terrible. So
Yeah. Well, Nia Jax is not good in general because like when she just like she's very like it's a more of a performance like as far as like I'm acting than it is in the wrestling match.
and her outfit is fucking
And
cool.
yeah, I mean she won with the Annihilator, which is her,
Okay, look at this.
what?
Do you see? Oh, can you see it now?
Wait, can you do that again? Oh wait, here it comes. Wait, breeze it up. Oh, that you mean? Yeah. She fucked that up. She looked. I think I thought it was about something else, but when she did that,
Yeah, I thought that was it's really bad. It's really bad.
yeah, no. If you notice, right after that, Kairi Sane's like 'cause her left arm hits the rope really hard. She started bleeding from there. Nia Jax is an idiot. She's very dangerous in the ring. She's has a history of injuring other people really bad. Right? Who has she injured really bad? Bailey.
Bailey, Becky Lynch with that fucking concussion. Oh, she almost cost the whole push.
Yeah. But Nia feels the need to call out Ronda Rousey about being unsafe. But
yeah,
Nia Jax, man. But she wins. I don't know where she's going with this, but so Nia Jax is in the Money in the Bank Money in the Bank, not because of this week, but from last week.
Yeah, last week. I thought this match was, besides the fuck up, I liked the match. It was good.
It was nice to see Kairi Sane get more offense, but I don't need to see another Nia Jax match ever again.
Well, we're gonna keep seeing them because you just
I
came.
know. You're right. I'm gonna keep seeing again. Then it goes right into what we talked about earlier, Seth Rollins video that he shot from home in this really cool black chair. I thought it was weird. That I was like, why is he at home? But now if you're saying it's true, it makes 100%.
Well, I'm not. That's my theory, my Austin theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but we will see.
Yeah. And then the stupidest segment I saw tonight. It's like they film it like a carpool.
Oh, this was
where the Viking Raiders are sitting in the car. They got a dashboard cam. What's that? What's Hansen's name now? Igor?
Yeah,
Igor?
something like that. Yeah, but they're
Igor?
singing some fucking stupid song that they just made up. They're just eating meat in a car with their helmets on.
Turkey drumsticks.
Giant turkey legs, yeah.
we're the Viking Raiders. We are so cool. I was just like, oh my god, this was so embarrassing. I thought this is a joke. This is gotta be.
That was one of the worst things. I can't believe. Like when I saw those guys in New Japan, they had a spot. There was the night that the first time I saw them was a New Japan special. That was the same night Billy Gunn took on somebody for their IC title. I forget, but it was in like America.
Yeah.
They were the opening match, and I think they fought the Guerrillas of Destiny. I was like, oh my god, if these guys went to WWE, they would take it over. They are such an intimidating. They're like the new Demolition. They're fucking insane.
Yeah.
And they have fucked these guys, except for NXT. They have fucked these guys. This was just so like, how do you look at these guys and their work and be like, I gotta put them in a car, make them sing karaoke?
Yeah.
Like of all the guys in the roster, I don't think Vince likes them. I'm sorry.
When they were War Machine, and it was Hanson and Raymond Rowe, and they were ROH and New Japan, they were just killing people left and right. They looked so fucking cool. They didn't wear Viking helmets at all. They just called themselves War Machine.
They were like some Game of Thrones like soldiers or something.
Yeah,
more so than Vikings.
Then you come over to NXT and they still call them Raymond Rowe and Hanson, I believe, but they just changed the name to I think it was like War Raiders, right?
Yeah, War Raiders, which is a great name. Then they called them the Viking Experience. And now what are they called? The Viking Raiders?
No, now it's called Viking Raiders. They took War Raiders and they combined it with Viking Experience, War Raiders. Dude, they were in the car and they had fucking helmets on. They were wearing these.
It was embarrassing. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't think Vince Jr. understands who they are. He doesn't like them, and he wants to turn them into a joke.
I think he wants to turn them into the Bushwhackers. Because the Bushwhackers, have you ever seen like pre-WWE Bushwhackers?
Yeah, they're bloody.
They're fucking lunatics. They're like Satan incarnate. And then they're like, hey!
You're going to do this. Why do you want to sign them to begin with?
Well, I mean, like, with Bushwhackers, I get it. Because if the Bushwhackers were like these insane lunatics, how do you think that would have got over? It would look stupid. Like, there's only so violent they can get.
They were gonna look stupid.
I mean, but they worked looking that stupid, and they liked it. They liked because they didn't have to kill themselves every day.
Exactly.
So they were behind it. They were behind becoming goofballs. So this doesn't work. These guys are not the Bushwhackers. No. I think he's been trying to recreate the Bushwhackers for years. Vince.
Who else was trying to get? Who else were they trying to recreate to be the Bushwhackers? Festus and Jesse.
Yeah. Festus and Jesse, I think he thought they could be the Bushwhackers. I think he
could have.
I think he wanted the Highlanders to be more like the Bushwhackers.
Yes, the Highlanders.
The Heartthrobs, I think he thought he could turn into the Bushwhackers. He's always wanted to do a comedy, the tag team, and like the Bush. But let me tell you something. You know what the Bushwhackers got over, and none of these tag teams do? They never did a situation where the Bushwhackers got beat up by Macho Man Randy Savage one-on-one. They never did stuff like that. Yeah. Because they condition you to think that if the Bushwhackers, even though they're goofballs, got like somebody like Randy Savage alone, it would be next to impossible for Randy Savage to beat them because they'd be two guys overwhelming him because they know how, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He needs a partner, and they've beaten that out. Now tag teams just seen as fucking idiots.
Yeah.
No matter, yeah.
They also gotta lick people. Licking people is what gets you over. But you know what? That's what, Don Callis, he said a great tag team, right, should always be able to take out two great singles competitors in a tag team match.
Exactly. And that's what they used to do.
They don't. Tag teams are an afterthought in WWE. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they never did a thing, and they probably would do it now all the time. They never did a thing where it was like the Hart Foundation versus Hogan and Warrior or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that would just kill the Hart Foundation if the Hogan and Warrior just ran through them.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do that matchup, you have to know, like, hey, I have to have the Hart Foundation win. This is kind of their thing, being the best tag team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. This is really stupid, but the next thing wasn't stupid. I liked it a lot. It was MVP versus Apollo Crews. Before the match starts, MVP's in the ring giving a promo, and he accidentally calls Apollo Crews, instead of Apollo Crews, he says Aleister Black.
Yeah.
and then he realizes, but he played it off so well that it looked like he did that on purpose to make it look like Apollo Crews is an afterthought. Did you
Yeah.
catch that?
He's a good promo. I have a problem with this match. I'll tell you what it is. This was the match that should have been a squash, and it wasn't a squash.
I like that it wasn't a squash.
See, it should have been a squash. Apollo Crews needs to win a fucking squash. That's the guy who should be winning squash matches. He had to struggle. He struggled with Aleister Black. He struggled with MVP, who Edge just destroyed like a month ago. Edge just literally beat him to death without even thinking about it. And now Apollo Crews, who we're supposed to be pushing, is struggling with MVP. They've turned MVP into a joke since his return, and now suddenly MVP's capable. You know?
Well, I know what you're saying, that he needs to be squashing people left and right, but
Not left or right, just old ass MVP. Who, I mean, if MVP, why was MVP just so easily taken out by Edge a few weeks ago? Shouldn't MVP just been able to destroy Edge?
yeah, but that wasn't the match. That was just a spear. That
I
was
know, but like, he was made to be a goofball with Edge in that segment, and now he's like, and Edge. I don't know.
Yeah, it's shitty WWE storytelling.
I was like, oh, this will be the one squash of the night when I saw them announced a week ago, and then MVP's like whooping his ass, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
I thought it was a good match, though. It was a fun match. They may have more plans for MVP. Maybe like, hey, dude, we want you to be the guy where if people are up and coming, they gotta go through you. Maybe that could be it. I would be totally cool with that, by the way.
Oh, by the way, you know who else would come back when the crowds return is Brock Lesnar. You know, like Brock, Kevin, like they're all going to show up, and Apollo Crews is. This is what's going to happen. Apollo Crews is going to get the belt, and then Brock Lesnar's going to come back and on the first row in front of crowds, pin him in 3 seconds. Anyway,
probably that's probably going to happen. Apollo Crews wins with a toss powerbomb that he does. That almost looks like a Blue Thunder bomb. It's really cool. It's a really cool move. Very good match, though. There was a moment where I thought MVP was going to win, where he hit his own old finisher, Playmaker, but he did it. Then we have a Ruby Riott backstage promo about how she shits on the entire Spirit Riot Squad about like, oh, there's no Riot Squad, it was just me, you know. And then it leads to a Ruby Riott versus Liv Morgan match. Good match.
I liked it. Liv Morgan is getting better and better every week.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ruby Riott, I think when they started the Riot Squad, they clearly thought Ruby Riott was the star of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
And nope. Liv Morgan is the star. I think Ruby Riott is just all show with all her fucking tattoos and piercings and stuff and wacky clothes. Cool look. She has a cool look, but she doesn't have it. She doesn't have the goods in the ring. Liv Morgan has the goods.
Ruby Riott isn't bad in the ring. I wouldn't say she doesn't have.
But this is like the third match with Liv Morgan where that's really good and it's been with all different competitors. With Natalya at Mania and with Asuka a few weeks ago. And now this.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that means that Ruby Riott doesn't have the goods because.
Well, her match with Asuka wasn't that good last week.
Ruby Riott versus Asuka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in this match, Ruby Riott held most of the offense in this match.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, it got to this point where Ruby Riott she ran to the ropes. Liz Morgan fouled right after her, and then basically did this flatliner off the ropes. It was a cool finisher. She bounces off the middle rope, grabs Ruby Riott, and just falls backwards. It looked really cool. I hope she keeps doing that. It's a great move. I liked it. But yeah, Liv Morgan looks good again. I think they're definitely – she's in the Money in the Bank, right?
No, it's and she won't be. It's Nia Jax, Asuka, and who the fuck is who?
Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke. Who's the other bitch?
Nia Jax, Asuka, Dana Brooke, Shayna.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it's better that Liv is not in it then because I think they're clearly. Like it's most likely Shayna's gonna win it, right?
I think Sasha's gonna win it.
Sasha's not even in it.
Well, she has a qualifying match on Thursday. You racist.
Oh, okay. You think she's gonna qualify? Yeah, I don't think Liv would have a Morgan of winning it, and I don't want her to look bad. I think I think
it's gonna be Sasha's gonna win it, cash in on Bayley because they're not gonna have Shayna win it because Becky Lynch is dying. So
yeah. Possibly, yeah. Well, I like that they're building her up where
Hmm.
every match for Liv is like a struggle, but she always hope to keep
Yeah.
doing that. Then after this, we get to Bobby Lashley flipping over a tractor tire. That was cool, and that was it. And then it went to the next Money in the Bank qualifying match: Rey Mysterio versus Murphy. This was a great match. This
I
was a
liked it a
really
lot.
fun
This is my
match.
favorite match of the night.
Mhm. They played
Very
off.
good.
Rey Mysterio got his finger injured midway into the match, and they just Buddy, like Murphy, just like a shark smelling blood, just focused right on that finger, attacked the finger repeatedly. There was this great moment where Murphy hit a great combo where he caught Rey Mysterio doing a flying crossbody, rolled out of it, and then hits the like Ty Dillinger's old tiebreaker finisher where he has him
Mhm.
in the fireman's crane, like right on your knee, and Kota Ibushi's like Kamengoi finisher with the fucking knee in the face, and then hit a brainbuster. And that was amazing. Yeah, like, he hit 3 moves in a row. You see that? That was
Yeah.
crazy. Caught him, dropped him, boom, knee in the face, brainbuster. I was like, that's amazing. Didn't finish him off. Rey Mysterio hits him with a 619 and a splash for the actually a destroyer 619 a splash for the win. Rey Mysterio wins. I was surprised. I didn't think Rey Mysterio was going to win this one.
Me neither. Me neither. But they're build. They keep mentioning the 2010 Money in the Bank and how Rey Mysterio was very upset by that.
Yeah, they keep
Leads
mentioning
me to,
that.
which leads me to think he's gonna win and pull a similar move that Kane did because Kane won, cashed it in later on the night. So Rey Mysterio, if you don't remember that show, Kane wins Money in the Bank. Then later on the show, it's Rey Mysterio versus Jack Swagger, and it's a fucking struggle. Jack Swagger kind of destroys Rey Mysterio, but he wins. And then as soon as he wins, Kane comes out and cashes it in. And he holds the belt, I think, until November when Edge gets it. So I think that they're building up that Rey Mysterio is going to do the same thing if he wins.
Ooh. So that's a storyline they're building for Ray, but do you actually think that's going to happen?
Well, why do they keep mentioning the 2010 Money in the Bank? I mean, let's see if they mention it again. We'll see. But it's weird that they keep mentioning it because no one's thought about that fucking pay-per-view since the night after it went off the air. So I don't know why they keep talking about it.
Maybe that's just the storyline that they have for Ray.
Well, he wants redemption now, obviously. I think that was the last time he was involved in like anything Money in the Bank related. I think.
Yeah. So I mean, I just took it as like that's just Ray's like storyline holding place right now. Like we need some kind of motivation for Ray in this drama.
What if? See, I would give him that he hates the Jews.
Yeah, well, that too, but more of a 2000 storyline they're going to use.
I think that's a great tune. I think a lot of people have that. That's inspiration.
I think a lot of people would. I think there's a lot of people who would secretly be into that storyline in this world.
You're like, I just want to do this to prove the Jews wrong.
Right.
Hold on, I want to see something. I just want to see if he was in the Money in the Bank. Yeah, he was in 2011. So it's weird they keep bringing that up. He was in the Money in the Bank in 2011. He lost Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah,
for the contract.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure why they. So then we have right after this we have Selena Vega and Angel Garza backstage promo with Charlie Caruso. I mean, standard.
Again, Selena Vega killing it. She's making this her show. She's the new Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, but they're using this to build up the fact that they're going to have an Angel Garza Drew McIntyre main event. You know, I like that. You start off again. That's the fight that started up in the beginning, and then you keep mentioning it, and then you have it at the end. So it's like the thread that keeps the whole show together. And then you have match number 8, Charlotte versus Kaden Carter from NXT. You got the NXT Women's Champion, and you got an NXT competitor fighting on Raw. It's a squash match. It's competitive squash in a little bit.
It was more. It was very much a squash. I mean, she got some hope spots in, but it was a squash. This was boring.
Yeah. Charlotte wins with the figure 8. How do you feel about the NXT title and competitors fighting on Raw?
I think it's stupid, but I think that again, I think something's going on with Becky.
Yeah.
And in their eyes, Charlotte is the Rock to Becky Stone Cold. So they think Charlotte's a ratings draw. I don't know where they got that idea. They think Charlotte draws ratings, which is why they have her on both shows.
and this is not a knock on Charlotte, but nobody right now draws.
No,
Nobody, not a
no,
single.
because they've conditioned us that nobody matters. Which
Nobody.
look how fast they forgot about Roman Reigns.
Mhm.
I mean, they didn't even like.
Even
By the way,
Roman.
you're not allowed to mention Roman Reigns on TV.
No. But even him, he didn't matter. He didn't draw
No,
ratings.
no,
No,
he didn't.
nobody.
But they've conditioned you to be like nobody mattered. Now, Cena was the last guy who kind of mattered.
Cena's the last guy who drew, and he didn't even draw a lot. He just drew a little bit,
Mhm.
more than CM Punk, 100%. And then you get to Lashley backstage promo again. He's like, "Oh yeah, I flipped over this tractor tire, but what about this giant
And then he struggles.
truck tire?" And he struggles, but he gets it over. He flip over tires. That was it. I mean, it's stupid, but I liked it. I liked the whole.
Yeah, people
Bobby
complained
Lashley
about it,
flip
but
over.
like somebody made a thread on the wrestling board. For 3 segments on Raw, Bobby Lashley flipped tires. Can you believe this is what they're? And I'm like, all right, it was like 3 15-second segments. Like, come on, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
And
what would you prefer him to wrestle a 90-minute match against Akira Tozawa? You
yeah,
know?
we've already seen him wrestle. Now let's give him some character.
Yeah.
These didn't take that long. You're right. They were like 15 seconds. They were like nothing, but there's something different.
Mm-hmm.
Your dog's having sex.
No, they was chewing on something. I want to see what it was, but it's nothing bad. I thought maybe she had papers. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
So I like this. I like that they're doing this for Lashley. And then match number 9, Andrade versus Akira Tozawa in a very competitive match. This was a very good match, I thought. He did the Tozawa did the ramen noodle moonsault, but they didn't call it this time. I don't know why. But
I would have called it if I was your Lillard. I would have called it the Hong Kong Ching Chong moonsault.
Yeah, it would have been like, guys, it's too late now. We have to do this. We already called it this. We have to
The
keep going.
ramen noodle moonsault. The longer it goes, and the more you know what it is when people get really mad about shit like that on Twitter. It actually makes it funnier because there's just nothing funny about that. It's just you're a horrible human being. You think it's funny. There's just nothing funny about it. It's like, and it makes it funnier.
It's really stupid. I wish he didn't call it that, and he should apologize for it. But it's also really funny that.
But you know what? If I didn't even hear him when he said that, if people didn't like call attention to it for like a week straight, I would have forgot about it. Like, but now like all I can think about is the ramen noodle moonsault whenever he.
Well, I
shows
picked
up.
it up right away. Obviously, I'm Asian, but that
You
shit.
like ramen noodles because you're.
Yeah, I did. But I was like, no. I was like, you know what? When he said that, one of the first things I thought was like, that's not a fucking moonsault. That's literally what I thought.
I know that was but that's why it's the ramen noodle moonsault because it's different than it's different than a regular moonsault.
Oh,
This
so
one has
stupid.
ramen.
But you didn't like this match? This match was good.
It's like here we go, superstars match again.
This was not a squash in any sense of the word. This was very Akira Tozawa, lots of moves. He got all his shit in. He got his iron octopus. He got the I'm gonna fake you out jab. He got it all in. And then
but where was the ramen noodle moonsault?
He did it. But
Okay.
they just called it a senton. Remember? I told you he got it all in. He got it all in.
As long as he got the ramen noodle moonsault in.
Yeah. Andrade with a top rope hammerlock DDT. That they're really trying to put over that move. He needs a name for that finisher or something. A lot of guys.
They should call it the Taco Bell moonsault.
They should call it the Taco Bell. Yeah, they should call it the Taco Bell leg drop.
The burrito bomb. And everyone on Twitter, I can't believe they called it the burrito bomb. How could they do this to me and my family?
And then after this, while Andrade and Selena Vega are trying to go backstage, Street Profits come out. They're going to do commentary for the next match, which is Bianca Belair versus Santana Garrett. This was a competitive squash.
This match I liked. I'm a big Santana Garrett fan. I think she's really hot.
Yes, but she got squashed.
She did get squashed, but I like seeing her on national TV. That was cool.
Santana Garrett, I see her in the Indies.
She's really cute.
When I watched her in this match, I was like, I don't know. She didn't look as her moves weren't like she didn't look as good as Belair. And
I think she was nervous.
She needs better gear. Her gear
I
is
like
so
her
fucking.
gear. I like everything about her. I masturbate to her 3 times a day. What do you want from me?
Speaking of gear, did you see Bianca Belair's gear? It was like the
I
whole
like
red
that.
suit,
Hmm.
Raw written like
Yeah.
all little logos on it. Belair wins with the KOD, which is the Kiss of Death, which looked terrible. Santana Garrett didn't take it well,
No,
but
she didn't take it
basically,
well.
yeah, it's like a torture rack, and then she basically dumps you into like a face drop, but she landed with her knees first. It just looked really bad. It didn't make Bianca look good, which is that
Mhm.
the whole point is to make that supposed to make her look good. I'm a big Santana Garrett fan. I used to watch her in indie shows all over in the Jersey and New York, but she did not look good here.
I think she
But
got nervous. I've seen a lot.
probably
I've seen her. I've seen her even wrestle men, and she's looked good.
yeah,
And she
but
just looks good. Period.
this was not her first Raw appearance either. I've seen her on Raw before. She got squashed before, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it was nice to see her when I'm home doing nothing. Maybe she did it back when I had a career, but now that I have no career, it's nice to see her.
Yeah. No, it is nice to see her, and actually it was nice to also see her not just get completely squashed. Like she
Mm.
got a couple of moves in, which I did like. But she's like a trainer now down there, right?
No, I think she's
No, she
gonna
works with
be.
them.
I think she's getting. Maybe they made her a trainer now that they fired everybody. But there's no need for trainers. She's a regular superstar. There's no need for
She's a
trainers,
regular
which is
star for WWE.
for NXT. She's like an NXT.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
They just haven't found anything for her to do. But I guess they said, "Fuck it, let's put her on Raw." You know.
Yeah. By the way, I don't like the gear where it's like multiple fucking colors. There's a
I
lot of
like
people who
that.
have that.
I like
You know,
it.
like I can't stand that. It's like nah, I can't stand the ridiculous amounts of colors.
You
I
should go tell her
can't.
to kill herself.
It's just too. Pick 3 colors, maximum 3 colors, something like
All right. Well,
that.
I'm glad. Thanks, Junior. Okay.
Main event: Drew McIntyre versus Angel Garza. Um, Drew beats the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
Basically everybody. He beats up Angel Garza. He beats up Andrade. He beats up Austin Theory. He scares the hell out of Selena Vega. Just completely squashes everybody. It was just fun to watch, but I was like, damn, this was a cool stable that just ruined in like
Mm-hmm.
like 5 minutes. He just beat up all 3 of them. He wins. He Claymored everybody. Match is over. The music hits. He goes up to the announce table. He goes,
Did you see that Angel was bleeding?
yeah, on his face because he got kicked in the face really hard. Yeah,
And I don't know why they should have called an audibles and don't kick him again. Let's just end the show. Man, see that's the thing I get nervous when I see them bleeding. I'm like, man, this is not going to end well for anybody. It'll end well for me and you because whatever,
yeah.
but
So
nobody
basically,
else.
what happened was, when Drew McIntyre hits Angel Garza with the Claymore and he goes for the cover, you can see that there's blood on Angel Garza's face, like on his forehead. The
Mm-hmm.
match ends. Drew McIntyre goes up to the announcer's table and he goes, "I'm gonna kick him again." Goes back down to the ring and kicks Angel Garza another time. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, it's unnecessary. It also made him look like a heel.
But
I was like,
no,
this
not even.
guy's an asshole.
The referee should have said, "Do not." They should have had somebody on a headset be like, "Tell him not to go back and kick him again because he's bleeding." With
Yeah,
the COVID going around, they shouldn't have people interacting with each other while they're bleeding. And I just thought,
yeah.
like, they're playing with
Bodily fluid.
fire, and when they get burned, they're gonna blame the Chinese instead of their own stupidity.
Yeah, exactly. But how did you think about like Drew just beating the shit out of everybody in this stable?
I mean, I think that's all these guys are built for right now. I don't think they need to get him over, so they're using these guys. I mean, these guys squash people like Akira Tozawa and Satana Garrett. I don't know. I'm just using some of these,
Mhm.
and then they're gonna have Drew get squash them because Drew needs people to beat, and this is like a good faction. I'm sure next week he'll fight Austin Theory and he'll beat him up.
Yeah, probably. This is a good faction for Drew to be up against, but
Yeah, they just need Drew to look like the new Hulk Hogan, and there's only so many people you can have him beat up. I mean, you can't. What are you going to drag out the Big Show every week and kick his ass? So
They should. They should.
I know. Now this week I'm really gonna get you. Oh God!
Every week after the main event, the Big Show.
Big Show should come out in every main event. Be like, no, this week I got you.
Overall, I enjoyed this Raw. I thought it was. I don't think it was the best Raw, but it was fun to watch. The only complaint I had literally was the Viking Raiders thing. That's the only complaint I had. Everything else.
I have more complaints, but it was a pleasant enough Raw. It wasn't. It felt like when I used to watch Wrestling Challenge when I was a kid. This is what it felt like. Like this doesn't matter, but it's nice to have on in the background. I gotta tell you though, these commercials for these companies these companies commercials for COVID are really getting on my nerves. Yeah, I wish one company would have a commercial like, I don't give a fuck if you have COVID or not. You better come get some food in my goddamn fucking restaurant or I'll kill you.
Yeah,
like
a lot of the
people like we're here for you during this time. Like, shut up.
Yeah, they go like, "Oh, no human contact in our food." And like,
yeah, it's
how'd
like
you get it from the
what do you have a yeah.
Yeah,
I'm tired of these commercials. That's why, like, I like when I keep TV on, I'll keep on like the ghetto channels, like Antenna TV or Grit TV, because all those commercials are like stuff for like life insurance or coin collecting or the hospital for retards. So it's like none of this like COVID bullshit. Like, we're here for you. We are so worried about you right now. I hate those fucking commercials. It's worse on SmackDown because they're local from Channel 5, but they're just so fucking annoying. They give me a headache.
It's really you know what the sad part is, there's people who fall for this.
Yeah, that these companies give a shit about us. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, they go like they really do care. I'm like, no man, they do not. They do not care. If they really cared, they would be giving everybody like
Burger King would be like free burgers.
Yeah.
Free burgers on Tuesday.
Taco Bell did give out free tacos.
I know. Taco Bell cares. That's why I went there on
Taco
Tuesday.
Bell cares. That's why I gave everybody free tacos.
That's why it should be called the Taco Bell Moonsault for Andrade.
Yeah. What other complaints did you have about this Raw? You said
I told you Apollo Crews. It was felt too much like an episode of Superstars Wrestling Challenge, and Drew McIntyre is acting a bit too goofy, too soon. You know, he used to just be like Claymore. And now he's like, hello, cats and kittens. And what's going on? Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
I knew how did you not know that was going to happen?
I know, but like, I just wish sometimes like that.
As soon as both Braun and Drew won at WrestleMania, I was like,
well, Braun already is acting like a fucking doofus. So
yeah. Exactly.
Like a year or two ago when he had that little kid, he was acting like a.
Oh yeah, Nicholas. Oh man, his butt lover.
You know, what would be a good storyline if Nicholas did train to be a wrestler and like came out and got really big and came out in a Royal Rumble like 5 years from now and just threw Braun Strowman over the top.
No, you know, be even better than that if you just get an indie wrestler who looks close to like Nicholas would and say like it's Nicholas and he just took like human growth hormone. Now he's really big.
Yeah. He's the new Hulk.
Nicholas, yeah. Just say it's Nicholas if you're like he grew in he grew in like 2 years.
So okay, so we got a big week of wrestling ahead. Dynamite is this week, and is Impact now empty arenas or is Impact still the stuff that they taped before Corona?
I mean, last week's Impact was arena full of people.
But they eventually they taped enough material for like 4 months a few weeks ago. But Tessa Blanchard wasn't at the tapings. They taped the pay-per-view, which is now going to be on regular access TV, and they taped weeks and weeks of matches. I don't know if you saw this, but while Raw was going off the air, Trump has suspended immigration. So I don't think we'll be seeing Rhea Ripley or anyone from NXT UK showing up anytime soon. You can't travel to this country.
You can't travel to this country. Okay.
You can't, and you can't get a work papers as an immigrant. And like she went to go get her visa renewed. Rhea Ripley, I don't think it's going to be renewed anytime soon.
Well,
did she get in trouble for calling somebody a faggot?
She did?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
So she was on a stream on Twitch, and they were telling people, if you pay us, I don't know why these wrestlers do these streams. You pay us $15, we'll insult you. So some guy paid her $15. He goes, "You motherfucking faggot!" And then they immediately stopped the stream and took down the videos and everything.
When was this?
This was the 19th. So
Wait, you mean recently?
yeah, this was like 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Holy
Yeah.
crap! No, I did not know about this.
Let me see if it's on YouTube. We'll play it right here for all the
Yeah,
fans.
please play it. Play her calling. I thought she was still in the U.S. She's definitely gone.
She had to go back. I think that's what wrestlers always do. Like when someone reports like, "Don't believe everything you read," and then it comes out it's true. It's like, okay. Oh, they don't have the footage. Let me see. It's on Twitter. Come on, nobody saved this. No guy jerking off to her was like, "Oh God! Oh wait, did she say faggot? Rewind." Oh God, Rhea Ripley. Okay, we can't have dead air in this podcast. What else has been going on, buddy?
What do you call it? By the way, Impact's. You said that. What's her name? Tessa Blanchard's can't be on Impact. That's fine. She's actually one of the worst things on Impact right now. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't watch her matches.
This was 5 months ago. This was 5 months ago.
Yeah, because
this was a year ago. This was a year ago. I thought this was recent.
Well,
it was a year ago.
Yeah, nobody's talking about it.
But, all right, it was a year ago. Never mind.
What do you
Sorry,
call it?
faggot.
You like Johnny Swinger?
What?
You like Johnny Swinger on Impact?
I think he's really funny
on Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he is the best part about Impact. He's like, I gotta
watch Impact again.
Yeah, I love Johnny Swinger on Impact. He's so funny. He wrestled supposedly a 70-year-old man.
He is 70.
Last week's Impact. That guy, Mike Jackson.
Yeah, he is really 70.
That was a good match for a 70-year-old man. It was a really good match. He did the rope walk on the top. I was like, this guy's not 70. I was like, but if he's 70, he was amazing. That was a very good match.
And then
Impact's still.
And UK is just showing best ofs now, right? NXT UK.
Well, what they did was last week they had the UK superstars they're like, hey, I'm this is the match I recommend. They talk about a little bit about it, and then they show the match. So it's not like a best of. It's more like
they did on 205.
Recommend. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right. Well, Andrew, that's Raw. That's this week. Let's see who they fire, or what happens. But
they might fire more.
We will be back tomorrow. I'm going to have Troy Bond on. We're going to talk about Star Wars, and Andrew will be back Friday. So, yep, another.
Troy said, hey.
What?
No, Troy said, hey.
He said, "Me no Chinese."
Oh, okay, fucking guy.
He's half black. I never knew that. All right. That's our time. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.